Well, Eric and Deborah, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. I just got to watch the film and really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Hey,
So Eric, let's start with you. You're returning to this role. Tell us a little bit about why you wanted to revisit this character.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of that, and it was really more so, I guess, as producers, we love the premise of the book. We thought it was a really exciting project, and always loved this idea of these five women who were so brilliantly written by Jane Harper going on a corporate retreat and getting lost in the bush. We just felt like we hadn't seen that before, and we were really excited about that opportunity. So yeah, it was exciting for me to reprise a role, but that wasn't enough. Like we really wanted to feel like the film was standalone, would work really well as a cinematic experience.
Deborah, tell us a little bit about what makes you want to say yes to a film or a character. What are the elements and what did you see in this film that made you say, this is what I want to do?
well, number one, it was a female-driven ensemble cast, which I found very exciting. You don't see that a lot in cinema. And Robert Connolly, I've been a fan of that as a director. Eric is an old friend, and I love his work. They were shooting in my hometown. The character she was fun to play with. I love that she was both vulnerable and she was strong and she was a leader. And I like to play characters that are nice role models for young girls that you can lead and have strength, but still be authentic and show your softer side. And so it was a great opportunity to go and create a little bit of magic in Australia.
For both of you, the film creates a really great sense of mood and sort of the peril that these characters are getting into. How is it for both of you that you sort of approach getting into that zone to make it really believable for the audience?
Well, for me personally, my job was halfway done just being in that environment. It's another character in the film. Just when you're there, and I know Eric will speak to this too, you're standing there with leeches and trees and inclement weather, and there's no acting required. It's like deal, like survive. And that's what we went out there every day and did. We survived it.
Eric?
Yeah, it's true. It was particularly brutal for Deb and our other actors. But we were excited by that because we got to film in places that no one's been allowed to film in. We got great access as local filmmakers, and we presented our case and promised we'd leave it as we found it. But that's also such an integral part of it, and it's also a big part of who we are as Australians. You know, we grow up knowing that Mother Nature can kick our ass 3 or 4 times a year. We know the pecking order. It only felt right that experience that was my.
I think you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, we got a glitch. Eric, talk.
Eric, you there?
Yep, I'm here. Yeah,
you,
I'm here.
You glitched out for a moment.
Okay.
Do you want to repeat the last 10, 20
I can
seconds?
repeat the last. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it's an integral part for us as being Australian as well, because I feel like Mother Nature kicks our ass 3 or 4 times a year. We know the pecking order. We know where we stand in relation to Mother Nature.
Yeah, I was curious a little bit about the Australianness of the production. I mean, obviously the place is very Australian, and we have a lot of these sort of murder mystery things in the US. But what about it is particularly Australian besides the location to both of you?
Well, the characters are intrinsically Australian, and I feel like, well, I'll speak for, women. I think, Australian women, we're sort of pioneering women where there's a tenacity and toughness to us. So, I think you discover the Australianness is through the characters, not the story necessarily. You can put that anywhere.
Got it. So for both of you, it sounds like there were a lot of incredible experiences on this shoot. What's the 20 years from now, looking back on this experience of shooting this, what's like the one moment either on screen or off screen that you'll remember for both of you?
Without giving any spoilers away, there's a particular moment that took us a day to shoot, was quite full on, and we didn't think we'd be allowed to do it. I nearly got hypothermia, but it was worth it. That's all I'll say.
And I think from now, the entire cast and crew will forever be talking about the leeches. We found them in every crevice on every actor and every crew member, constantly.
Okay. Where in Australia was the shot?
Victoria.
In
Yeah,
Victoria?
we shot in a few different parts of Victoria within about a 2 to 3 hour range out of Melbourne in the middle of winter.
Ah, interesting. So is there kind of a lesson or a takeaway that you had from this experience of shooting this film, something that you got out of it, or just more generally something that you've taken away from this experience?
Be very aware of the next film you take, what the location is. Preferably south of France, maybe.
Eric?
Well, similar that it can also be like really, really exciting. And I think I personally hate filming indoors and studios. I just really, really run a mile when I read something and it's set indoors with lights and stuff. So similar to Deb, it's like you are looking for something that sets things apart. There's a real energy that comes from shooting day for day. Camera comes out of the box at sunrise, and it's going to go back in at sunset. That's always a great experience.
Mm.
And I do jest. It was an amazing experience being in there. It was beautiful that we got to see, vistas that many people won't see at the top of mountains. So it was pretty special.
Yeah. So final question for both of you. If you could ask your character any question, something that wasn't on the page that you'd like to know about the character, what would it be?
There's one I have comes to mind, but I think I'll give away too much of the plot if I ask it. Eric, you go first.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Why aren't you getting to drive, Eric? Aaron, why aren't you getting to drive the car?
Okay. I would question, maybe next year it's not a retreat.
Okay. That one I get. That's a good Well, Eric and Deborah, thank you so much for taking time. It was really fun to chat and really enjoyed your film.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the You Interview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.